Module 3, question 6, we have Butler International is evaluating a project in some fictitious country, Iran. It has the following cash flows, year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the cash flows are expressed in dollars because apparently they don't have an exchange rate. The government has declared that you have to invest the money with the government for 1 year and you have a 4% interest rate. So the question is, what is the NPV and what's the IRR of this project? All right. We have a discount rate of 0.11. We have an investment rate of 0.04. Our time is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a, let's call this original cash flow. And let's call this post-investment cash flow. The idea being that in the first example, we have these cash flows minus 945, 1, 2, 3. And let me make everything in dollars. So the idea is that we get some investment in year 1, we have to invest it in their government, and we don't get it until year 3. Okay, 295, 325. 413, 240. And we have no cash flow in year 5. Okay, so the post-investment cash flow, we're going to spend this. The government doesn't care what we do. This we can't get until the end of year 2. And when we do, we're going to get that times 1 plus 4%. We're going to lock that. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay, so again, the 295 we have to invest. We don't get it. We get a 0 cash flow in year 1. We have to invest it at 4%. We get it at the end of year 2. Similarly, the 325 we get at the end of year 3 after a 4% increase. 413 becomes 429 in year 4, and 240 becomes 249 in year 5. So the present value is going to be the post-investment cash flows because that's when we actually receive them. 1 plus the discount rate to the power of the year. The NPV will be minus 17,788, just taking the sum of the present value column. And we get that, minus 17,788. Okay, the internal rate of return, we're going to use goal-seek. So data, what-if analysis, goal-seek. We're going to set the NPV equal to 0. The NPV is in G5 by changing the discount rate. Hit OK. And the rate is 10.37%. 10.37%. Okay. The second part of the question is not something that we went over in class, but the modified internal rate of return. It essentially says that you take cash flows that are negative and discount them back at a different rate of interest. You only have one negative cash flow, and it is in the 0 years, so there's no discounting anyway. So technically, I don't know, depending on how you look at it, you could say that it is or isn't a modified rate of return. According to this solution, it's not because you don't have to do any discounting. Again, that's not something that we covered in class. If you see it in your job or whatever, they will have specific rules for how they calculate it. Most companies only use IRR, at least as far as my experience goes. But anyway, that's how you would solve this problem for the first part of the question.